There's rumblings that Joe Biden should or may actually federalize the National Guard, take that power away from Greg Abbott. Let's say this showdown, that's what it is. It's a showdown. It's a showdown of power and loyalties and constitutionality. Let's say he does that. How many people say, no, you know what, screw you, Biden administration, and how many people stay and fight with Texas versus the federal things, and does that put us on course for a force-on-force conflict?
There are rumblings that say Biden is considering taking away Governor Greg Abbott's power over the National Guard. That was the basis for Newsmax host Carl Higbee and Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt to daydream about yet another reason to start a civil war, because they figured, why have all those guns and not use them to kill people? But in reality, Abbott is ignoring a Supreme Court ruling that allows U.S. Border Patrol agents to remove the razor wire on the border wall placed by Texas law enforcement. And in order to avoid talking about how the Texas governor is defying the Supreme Court stacked with conservatives, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has to make up Trump-like claims about Biden instead.
When you say working with the cartels, that's a pretty tough charge. I mean, you are the Attorney General of the state of Texas, one of the not just biggest but most important states in the union, an economic powerhouse. Did you just accuse the Biden administration of working with the cartels?
There may not be a written document that says that, but in fact, yes, that's exactly what they're doing. They have turned our border into a place where the cartels know that they can basically drop people off, and they're not trying to hide anymore. I mean, under all other administrations, they used to hide. You know, they try to sneak across the border. Now they come straight to Border Patrol, and we're like a processing arm for the cartels. The cartels get paid per person and they make a lot of money on each person. And so the Biden administration is effectively, no matter how you want to slice this, they are partnering with the cartel to get people into our country as fast as possible. And the cartels have ramped it up because they make more money the more people they bring across. And that's why the numbers keep getting larger, because they know they've got a limited amount of time before Joe Biden's out of office. And the cartels are trying to partner as fast as they can with the federal government in getting people across the border. That's a fact.
Paxton was probably surprised by Bannon asking him to clarify his wild accusations.
Did you just accuse the Biden administration of working with the cartels?
There may not be a written document that says that.
So he admitted that there's no evidence backing up his BS, and he used terms like effectively partnering with the cartel in order to qualify his lies. All this scary propaganda is coming from Republicans, while their party's legislators continue to listen to Trump's directive to block bipartisan immigration reform that's being proposed, because they need to create more chaos to blame on Democrats in the election year. Maybe they didn't expect that some senators would actually speak out on wanting to do something.
I just reject the idea that we should reserve a crisis for a better time to solve it. You know, that's people. What's interesting to me is there are a lot of angry people out there, and that's why the border crisis is the number one issue for voters. I don't see how we have a better story to tell when we miss the one opportunity we have to fix it, and we go and say, you know, I would love to have fixed it, but it was election season, so I thought I'd wait.
Anything that interrupts that negotiation, I think, would be tragic.
I don't doubt that he wants a perfect deal, so do I on it. But we've got to be able to figure out how to be able to do something right now to get as much done as we can possibly get done.
I hope we don't live in a world today in which one person inside the Republican Party holds so much power that they could stop a bipartisan bill.
Regardless of how much conservative media figures hope to plug their ears and cover for Trump's policy of destruction for his own political gain, the truth is out there. It's just a matter of whether or not the party wants to implement border policies that they talk about or build support for more bloodshed.
Yesterday, Mitch McConnell told the Republican caucus that they're in a tough position because Trump doesn't actually want Biden to be able to, quote, get a win on this by signing something, even though signing that piece of bipartisan legislation would help with the border. It wouldn't fix it, but it would help. But there are a lot of Republicans who believe that this compromise, Democrats control the Senate and Republicans control the House. We have to compromise. They are close. Donald Trump is telling his allies not to vote for it so he can run on it in November. That, to me, is dereliction of duty. Biden is ready to sign something if Congress will send it to him. And
they had 2 years.
And Republicans should get on board.